Holiday Inn I just got Tim a room and it's $140, and I know at Comfort Inn it's about the same amount, and I think Crown Plaza is the same also.
No,
I mean, there might be a $5 difference.
should we reboot the owl possibly?
They used to when we
It's coming, the owl mic is
when we
picking
first started.
Yeah, but there's no,
They were
no,
like
like,
right at
input to the
$100,
owl.
so they've gone up for.
because this, I don't know if this actually has a,
That's
well, no, it
the way
has a
left.
speaker
Like, I have to pay on
and a mic.
on the other end.
That area you found in payroll, we're gonna get MIPS on the phone. What it did was somehow it didn't save his pay rate in the hourly, and it defaulted to his work holiday pay. And I fixed it, but I don't know why it would have done that. So
We pay him at that rate then?
Yeah,
yeah,
I gotta get ahold of Shane,
see.
mute the
how,
owl
you
and
know,
see if
like
it forces one.
and balance it out. But
Sounds fair.
we're gonna find out why it did that, why
You'll
MIPS.
see
Thank you, I appreciate
It's
that.
picking up the owl mic.
Yeah,
On the payroll, I don't know if you looked at that. 2925 Vernon Road employee, I'm like, so I called Chelsea and the
yeah.
girls are working on it.
Okay.
It's not the right rate.
Which is good.
Yeah,
And I don't know why Ashley and I missed that when we went through the report.
Well, it's not like you have, just two numbers to look at.
Yeah, I think we should slide it.
But we're hoping to get it fixed today. Like between Shane and MIPS. Did you guys get it?
Yeah.
Ooh. Who are these bites? Guys, right?
One of my many dollars.
Damn, look at
We're gonna get close.
Hmm?
Let me know when we get close to 8:45.
Okay, got that.
I'm just kinda flipping through these. Can it be that student that sits behind her teacher going, good morning, Paula? You weren't too far behind me. Well, it depended on how fast the wind wanted to keep me from coming. Yeah, true that. I'm glad going to Stapleton today is pushing me there. I think it's gonna get worse as the day goes on, sounds like. It is. When are we gonna hit that big repair bill, eh? That coming?
On the record.
Yeah,
Hopefully we don't get
next time, yeah.
Hey, Paula. Hey, what? When you were on the phone the other day, you said you had a meeting with Amber.
It was supposed to be right now.
Yeah,
But
is
now
that are they like QuickBooks?
Better. They're more ag.
Do you like them? Because JR and I are talking about
Yeah,
getting it.
I'm with them, Reardon's are with them. And I've got a couple other people on them. You can do it all from here if you need to.
Is it like when you file taxes, is it
It should, you can set your accountant up on there so they see all your movements, what you do. And if you say, hey, I made this transaction, but I don't think it's in the right spot, can you go through and put it where you feel it would benefit us better?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, we were talking about it. We've been reading about it and everything, and I was like, I'm pretty sure I heard Paula say that she had a meeting with them, so.
Yes,
Yes.
I do. Yeah, I've had it since the first of the year, and I just haven't had time to set up a meeting, and it was supposed to be today. So Monday we'll go through it again. But Katie loves it. It sets up all of their commercial side, their pure side, their registered side, and then their beef. Not the selling of their beef. She goes, I have sections for all, and I can do it all from my phone.
That would be handy.
It is very handy. Yeah, I even got the bank set up. Paula, take your picture. Oh, yeah.
Oh. You just like take pictures of your receipts, or you
So
don't need to like scan them or anything?
No, just take a picture of it, and after you set up your picture, you can click on it, take it where you want it, and it's there. And it puts it
Yeah, I can get
That's
3 days.
awesome.
in, even your checks.
5 minutes.
So let's say you get a renter's check, take a picture of it and send it
I'm
to
gonna do it,
her.
we might be a little bit, couple
That is
minutes
really
late, but
That's fine.
if I can get through them all, that
You're
saves
gonna have
us
to
time in the
definitely
end,
check
right?
that,
Absolutely.
get a little bit farther into it. And
Yeah.
checking.
The only thing I don't
I
like
didn't
about
see
it, but it's every company now,
And
is the chat.
those,
Okay,
Yeah.
if something goes wrong, I gotta chat it,
Gotta do
but
credit
the
card,
chat
that's
is
big
better
one.
than QuickBooks. And if chat can't help you through it, somebody's calling you.
Oh. I just didn't, we looked at QuickBooks, but they're getting kind of pricey.
Well, and I can get you a discount, especially when you say, hey, Paula recommended me and whatnot, and so,
Okay. but
for a year, it was just over $1,000. That's 100% for me, I don't care.
Right. Well, anything to help, like especially with taxes, it's.
And when my accountant can see and say, okay, you need to be adjusting this.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was, I told you, all right, but we gotta do something, make things a little bit easier for us.
And it does.
That's good. Good to know, thank you.
And if this dummy can run it,
But I just want something more streamlined, like.
yeah. Well, and it does, when you bring it up on your phone, all your categories are there, and you can do what you need to do. Or when you go to your computer, it's nice and easy, and you can set it up. You can take your bank transactions, literally move them from your email to there, and it go.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna look into it, because
That's pink, isn't it?
it gets rough, like, trying to keep everything straight for a full year with just paper.
So, and if you need to pay expenses, you can pay it from them. If you need to pay employers, you can pay through them. And set up your 1099s, your W-4s, your everything.
The 1099s would be really nice. And just hand typed all of ours. It took a couple hours.
Yeah. So,
Ready.
and for like your show expenses and whatnot, you can have a category for all your show expenses. And your feed and your income for just show, or for your commercial herd, or your registered herd. It breaks it all down.
That's awesome.
And your accountant's
That's good.
it's made for ag.
Then this tomorrow. I just don't know. Give me both. That's big to do.
Who's your hotel confirmation? Oh, thank you. Great.
You sure? Okay.
with the wrong name on there.
So I can prove it.
Yeah.
Want me to hold it over here for you?
Yes, ma'am. Almost there.
Cool.
Morning. Let me see. You two ready to roll?
Yep.
We'll call to order the Banner County Board of Commissioners Tuesday, February 17th at 8:45 a.m. Roll call, please.
Don,
Present.
Robin,
Here.
Lee,
Present.
Item 3, Nebraska Open Meetings Act. A copy of the Nebraska Open Meetings Act is posted in the back of the courtroom by the entrance. Would one of you lead us in prayer?
Father, we just ask for your guidance today as we do the business of the people of Banner County. Give us wisdom. Help us to make wise decisions. In Jesus' name.
Amen. And Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Item 6, approval of the agenda.
Motion to approve the agenda. Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the agenda. Any further discussion? Roll call vote, please.
Don,
Yes.
Robin,
Yes.
Lee,
Yes.
Item 7, approval of the minutes of February 3rd.
Motion to approve the minutes. Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the minutes of February 3rd. Any further discussion? I'm glancing, I haven't had a chance to look at it. Roll call vote, please.
Don,
Yes.
Robin,
Yes.
Lee,
Yes.
Correspondence, 2025 Panhandle Public Health District Annual Report.
okay, because it's a.
I still got one in the mail.
Yeah.
Did you?
I think so.
Want to see the print?
Okay.
Any good, sir? Done? Good?
Yeah.
Item 9, public comments. Banner County Board of Commissioners will receive public comments on items discussed at this meeting or suggestions for items of discussion at a future Banner County Board of Commissioners meeting. The board will not act and respond to comments presented on this date. Please keep your comments limited to 3 minutes. Do we have any public comments for the Banner County Board of Commissioners?
Me? Is this Brad speak?
What's that?
Okay, there we go.
I think you're
I'm on the
I think you're on the agenda, Paul.
Okay.
Unless you want to talk now, you can too. Having no public comments, we'll move on to reports. Highway Department, Eric.
Morning.
Good morning.
I don't have a whole lot to report. I did get fuel bids back. And, Pine Bluffs and Westco are the two that are in the running for that. We can discuss that a little bit later too, but those are the two that right now are gonna be the one that we discuss, I guess. Do you guys want to discuss more of that on them? We really don't here's a question I have. Do you guys need a vote on it, or do I make a decision on that?
That should be your decision.
Okay, then I'll just leave that be, and I'll discuss that later on.
All right.
Okay? We just got them all back, so I'd like to look at them a little bit better this week, but those are the two that we're gonna go with, or possibility. The other is I would like to implement, maybe next budget cycle, a program like iWorks. It's an asset management program. Now, it may not be iWorks, but it's gonna be a program similar to this of some sort. It tracks all of our work orders, does work orders, it tracks all of our spending. Let's just put it that way. And kind of keeps us, better off on our budget. Let's just put it that way, I guess. I don't know what else to say about it. I think it's a great program. I ran one before.
Okay, what I was gonna ask.
I think it helps us out with inventory. It helps us with everything, including Tim in the shop, inventory, everything, sign, everything. So we have a better track of what we're doing on a daily basis. And when we have operators out on the road, it'll actually track and tell us how much money we're spending on a certain road throughout the year. So it'll give us right to the dime of, okay, we have to put in the data also, but if we put the data in correctly, it gives us every cost.
Will it create extra work in your office?
No,
Will it create extra work, or will it be just like a clerical deal where you'll enter it and then makes your job easier on the back?
It'll actually make our job 5 times easier.
Okay.
Because right now we have to go into a spreadsheet and enter all the data in separately. And sometimes it has been done, and sometimes it has. But now that we can track the machines better, that helps us make the work orders and complete them, when we blade them. So it just a couple clicks and we're done.
How would this help with government projects or for?
Oh, absolutely. It would work perfect for FEMA and everything.
That's what I'm referring to.
Yeah, all we'd have to do is just print, and it would give you everything all the way through every pickup, every item we use.
On that project,
On
like
that
it would be
project.
itemized and broke out with this program.
Yeah, I think it's a great program, because right now we have to go back through all timesheets,
Right.
And find all that. Everything would already be done. All we would do is just print or email.
Would your operators be responsible to fill that out on a daily, or would that be part of their purview, or would that be your job? How would that work?
So what would work is you can use this on any device, phone, tablet, computer. It's not an app that you put on the phone. It's a web-based.
Okay.
So, for instance, we have a sign down, just make a work order for it, or job project, make a work order for it. Employee puts how many hours he puts in it, or I do, or Jay does, however we decide to do it, implement it. And then push close and it's done. All the money goes right through it.
Okay.
So I would encourage us to look at something like this for the future.
Okay.
They're fairly expensive. I don't know what you call fairly expensive. The one we had in Omaha was like $30,000 a year. And this is probably, it's about $4,000 a month. So.
$4,000 per month.
Yeah, per month. Let me look at it. It said annual payment, I'm sorry, $4,000 a year.
Oh,
Sorry,
okay.
$4,800 a year, sorry.
So we'll just hire somebody to enter data for us.
Yeah, so.
Okay.
And then the way they have it set up is the first year you pay for training. And then after that, they'll answer, help, anything.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
Will the operator, I assume our maintainers can coordinate and talk to this program as well?
Yes and no. Depends on how we have it set up in the office. I don't know if it'll technically, I think it's something we just have to add as data. So for instance, the maps that we do by hand, the colored maps, this would take the place of that. If that makes sense. And it would give a value, it would tell you exactly what day, what work order it was, everything on that aspect of it. It would just basically make our life in the office tremendously better.
Good.
So, and it's an easy program to run. So, for instance, I know Paul's coming up next, but when she has someone calls in, it doesn't matter who it is, I call in on a complaint, or I see a sign that's down, it goes right to a work order. And then once that work order is done, then we can actually track a certain road, a certain sign, or a certain asset that we have in culvert. Why do we have an issue? Then we go out and adjust it after the next few times. Because right now, the only way to track it is look at old notes and see how many times people have called a complaint. Really, I mean, that's kind of how we have our tracking right now. Unless you guys think that's different, but I really don't see it that way. I see usually the only time we have issues is, and I don't mind phone calls, actually, I encourage them, because, that way there we really know what's going on, so. Do you guys have anything else for me? Okay. Thank you.
Are we bidding fuel bids quarterly? Is it a fixed price annually, or is it
Yes,
adjusted?
it's an annual price, yeah, it's our yearly price. So, and right now, I think it was in December, January, when the last bid was up. We usually lag almost every time this way, but, they're considerably cheaper, which is good for us.
Yes.
Considerably cheaper. So, that does help.
How many companies did you bid with?
4.
Yeah, very good. All right. Thank you.
Yep.
Thanks, Eric.
Thanks, sir. Thanks.
Weed Department, Tim.
Went to training in Norfolk and first of the month, good training. I'm going back to training in Kearney and first of April. And we'll get recertified for the sprayer license, so that's kind of a mandatory one. To piggyback on what Eric said about this program, we had a presentation in Norfolk about it, and it's very exciting what's out there. To be able to go in on a work order. In Norfolk, they were doing it more as a weed department aspect, where you can go in and basically create a report with live maps and everything on your cell phone or on a tablet. Very exciting what's out there.
So you would utilize that program as well on the roads?
The tracking that we can do in the shops that would not track it now, it's just too cumbersome to track. If you could whip out your phone, just put a few boxes, and then that, say, a filter would be immediately assigned or assessed to that machine. And I feel like we could track a lot more inventory on the shop. That right now it's just getting billed with shop supplies instead of that particular machine. So our real expenses is going to be a lot more accurate with this. And then road projects, citizen complaints on roads, you can go out there and actually have something to show by tracking it through a phone or tablet or something. I've got high hopes for it. So, the other thing, and I think I'm on the agenda later for this, but two things actually. We need to move some money out of my budget into inheritance. Is that the right fund? Out of weed department into the inheritance fund. When I bought that pickup, we borrowed money out of inheritance. That's the right word. So we need a resolution to move 15,000 out of my budget back in inheritance before the end of end of the year. And then we also have to figure out my budget or my wages, but I think we're on the agenda.
Yeah, that's coming up only, yeah. the lead, right?
Yeah. Maybe if we could do a resolution, Mark, I'd appreciate that.
Yep.
Going into the year, I got plans, I shouldn't even say plans because things change, but I'm gonna try to be more proactive and do a lot more inspections this year in a lot more organized fashion, so. And probably gonna hire the same guy if he's willing to come back to work this year, but that's a few months out yet. So that's all I got for today. Any questions?
No, thank you.
Thanks, Tim.
Thanks, Tim. Sheriff Singh.
Been very busy, just going through the day-to-day stuff. One of the biggest things is Caleb passed his national registry test. He did receive his certificate in the mail the other day. So we have another basic EMT in the county.
There's a reimbursement for that. Did you apply for that? It's about 70% of that tuition back to the county.
We can apply for that and see if we can get some of it back.
It's on the state website.
Okay, I'll look into that. Because where it was part of his job, yeah, county paid for it. Where I wanted
But a
to.
reimbursement's a reimbursement, and 70% is quite a chunk.
No, I can. So he did pass that. We did tourniquet training at the school a week or so ago. Well, we trained 26 staff members for tourniquets. We'll have some in some strategic spots. We're also going to put some throughout the courthouse, and we'll get the staff here trained up on them too. And then we're starting a mass casualty bag, so if the poop ever hits the fan, we'll have at least blood stopping materials or tourniquets we can do for mass scenes. That's about it, other than plugging away.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ann. County Attorney Mark.
I don't have much. It's pretty much business as usual with prosecutions and stuff. I have a few leftover arraignments to deal with today from the court holiday later this afternoon. Just want to remind everybody, all the electeds, especially for your C1 forms, if you haven't done those yet, March 2nd is your deadline.
It's done. Did you do yours?
No. I can forget.
I would do it today. Just throwing that out there.
It's pretty easy to do online, quick and painless.
Yeah, if you go in and log into your account, it pulls up what you did last year, so
Yeah.
you don't really even have to fill anything out.
Just the stuff that's changed. So that's all.
Thanks, Mark.
Thank you, Mark.
Treasurer Kathy.
Morning, the treasurer's office has been pretty busy. January was a big month for renewals, and so it kept us hopping. In the meantime, been gearing up for, our tax sale, which is gonna be the first Monday in March. And, I did get advertised in the paper for 3 runnings. The delinquent tax list is in the Observer, so if anybody needs to see that, and that is in there. We don't have much. It's mostly all severed minerals. One and a couple was a lot, and one was a little bit of property. So I don't think we're going to have much excitement for our sales, or our tax sale. So I did also get our semi-annual report in the paper in January, and so that will show our standing for the last 6 months from January back to last half of 2025. And so you guys should have your fund balance listings in your folders. If you have any questions, they're in there. Oh, there it is. That's it. Yep. So it's all good. We had a little troubles with DMV website was having troubles carrying over to MIP. So But they got that all cleared up, so it seems like everything ran real smooth. We're doing pretty good there too, so.
Do the clerk and the treasurer balance?
We're still working on it. They had a
There's,
vacation time.
there's a 56 cents difference in the general after, there was more, but we found those, found where those were at, but we can't find 56 cents. The road we're still working on, we think that it has to do with that payroll error that we had. And we're gonna, NIPS is gonna help us work through that.
So that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Kathy.
Uh-huh.
Clerk, Katie.
Today is the deadline for incumbents for, candidate filings. March 2nd is for incumbent, or non-incumbents, excuse me, but, maybe the fund current expenditure, report is in your folders. And I think that's all.
You said March 2nd on the non-incumbents, is that right?
Yep. And that's for, when we have the school board, there's three. There's 3 on that one that are coming up for election. And that would include the sheriff, commissioners, clerk, assessor, and treasurer. Yeah. All other filings that we would have would be, you have to file through the state.
I have a question on the current expenditures, Katie, that you might be able to answer right off. On the deputy salaries and the clerical salaries for the clerk, the treasurer, and I believe the assessor.
Yep.
We have funds drawn out of an account that we don't have budget money for.
Yep, I fixed that after I printed that report, when I noticed it. So on the next current expenditure, it should be cleared up. I just did a journal entry, because what I did was when everybody got deputized, because it was already in the budget as deputies, and I forgot to move their fund for pay from clerical to deputy.
Okay, perfect.
So that should be all fixed at the
It'll
next.
clear that up.
Yep.
Perfect. You have anything for Katie? Yeah. Are you good, Katie?
Yep.
Assessor Casey.
I have nothing to report.
Surveyor Carl. Here. Commissioner Don.
Okay, so we did get the annual report. If anybody wants to look at this out there from PPHD, I missed the meeting, I had to leave. And I chose to not affect other people. I could have went, but.
We appreciate it.
And that is, yeah, I think they did too. That is their annual planning. This is what their programs are. And they do their annual planning after this annual meeting with the whole group of employees and directors and stuff. Had PAD meeting last week and Office of Human Development. There's really not much to report in those. They're just pretty much, the Office of Human Development is about helping people, which is a good task. And PAD, occasionally they'll have some discussions about grants or something like that we can apply for. But a lot of their stuff is economic development driven. If we get to the point where we want to do a more comprehensive zoning plan, they will help us. It does cost, so. There's a missile meeting, the 23rd of March, Sentinel Missile, Town Hall. 23rd of March in Kimball, 24th of March in Peets, Colorado, and the 25th in LaGrange. Those are always tentative dates. What we find with the Air Force is sometimes they move. I don't know the exact times or the places in any of those occurrences, but I'd encourage people to attend. Buildings and grounds, we've, had some requests to do some remodeling in the clerk's office. We want to cut that counter off, that wasted space back there. Cut that counter off so they can move the desk, and then we're gonna pull the last I heard, we'll just pull the metal, shutter down and close that off. And I don't know, Kathy talked a little bit about that same thing on her
Yeah.
side.
We would just like to keep the one gate down permanently. And then we would keep the other gate down where we help people pass down. And that way, if we ever had to pull it down, but then close them at night, so that's always completely locked in at night.
And take the glass out.
And then take the glass out. I've had so many people ask us to take that out. And in fact, Dawn has figured out that it's very hard to see and hear. We were trying to do business, Dawn and I, and we've struggled doing business. And ended up having to come around because we couldn't hear each other or see. He couldn't see me either. So.
I think my recommendation would be it's time to get with that.
You're talking in front of Katie's desk right now, right?
Right.
That hunk right there, and then in Kathy's office, it'd be right there by your desk.
Yeah, yeah, you'll have to come down and see. We have new desks now. We got our new desks in. Offices are refreshed and remodeled. They look great. We'd like to complete that look with getting the glass down, getting the gates down, and making it so that we have one area to help customers. But we would just keep that one over on the right side of my office permanently down. Katie would, so I think she wants a wall hoops up, actually, don't Katie?
Well, I know funds aren't there, so I would be
She's gonna
fine.
do the gate.
The gate would be
Yeah.
fine. It's just getting that front counter off.
Well, Kathy's made the most use she can with what's there. And Katie's, there's just no way to shove anything back there. I mean, you could put filing cabinets, but you really can't get to them.
Yeah, there was file cabinets back
Yeah.
there and
They're
we got them out,
Yeah.
but it took a smaller one.
So that's something we're looking at, unless there's a problem with that. I think we'll probably, if we have some money before the end of the year, we'd like to.
Have you looked at them? I was just trying
I
to
have
find
not.
it.
It's all, we can't do anything without money, obviously. So if it's something, that would be one of the priorities I think we need.
Well, I guess my question is I would prefer a wall there. And I would feel better about taking that glass down if you had a wall there. Cause then that would give you all a
I don't
place.
know.
I'm sorry?
I would not like a wall because I like to be able to see coming and going and not feeling closed in. But the gates are very secure. Once they're locked down, nobody can get through that gate. They can't lift it. It's actually more protection than the glass at this time.
I could fit a gun through that.
Huh?
I could fit a gun through that.
Well, so they through the glass. You know, like through the front of the building and, you know, there's no protection against a bullet that we have. And we understand that.
The door in the old commissioner's meeting room probably just needs to be replaced with a new door, however we want to do that.
It's okay, inside or outside?
The outside.
The outside.
Yeah, it's leaking. Something's leaking there. And I think it was actually partly the roof. And when we got that fixed, I think we got that stopped. But you know, it rains so often that we haven't had an opportunity to find that out at this point. But those would be two kind of priority deals that we need to.
So in our budget and building repair, this report shows that we're already 217% over with our building repair. That's probably our roof and everything. So I'd say this budget,
May not have.
or I mean, if we were to do the work order, trying to think, May-ish, then you wouldn't get charged for it till June-ish, new budget. And we're not that far from May. So I would say to move ahead with the remodel right now would probably be a no, because we're already 217% over budget on that one.
Well, certainly can't do it if we're over budget. I don't know how we could be 217% personally, but we didn't budget something right if we're that far over.
Well, I mean,
I'm not saying you're not, I'm just saying something's.
I'm just going off the report we have.
Because I think we budgeted 120,000 more or less.
Use 200 and.
Could we have used 200 for buildings and grounds?
All the, all the fire alarm and stuff
In the row.
in the road. I think, we got that grant that's supposed to be hopefully coming, and then that'll go back in there, which will help.
Right, hold on.
I think Kathy filled it out, the grant for the fire alarms and stuff.
Yeah, I just, put a call into Norma today to find out why we haven't heard from them yet. We sent them the applications in October.
I'm trying to find it in on, but I can't.
Well, the roof was 65,000 and the fire alarms, a couple thousand of the budget, but that's still only 25 and 26. So if we had 126, and I'm not sure that they printed it. Because that's less than, not much.
Do you find it, Glenn?
Yeah.
Page 9?
Yep.
We budgeted 70,000 for building repair. And we've spent 152,000.
We didn't put the fire alarm in the system, because that alone is 90 something. I thought it was 127 for building and repair. But we got 40,000, what did we get back from the insurance?
I was gonna say it's about 30,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that would have offset the bill, I'm guessing.
Yeah. Well,
But
yeah.
when you budget, you use the budget, the revenue doesn't it's not like a checking account really. But that's something we're gonna have to look hard at.
Yeah. That's all I got.
Are you good? My report, I went to Kearney for Dawn and I both went actually, for the chairperson workshop was very good. I thought it wasn't huge, so that made it kind of nice that we had one-on-ones with NACO and other commissioners that were there. Emergency management, we just purchased a second smaller camper for $500. That's gonna be a camper we're gonna remodel for a second EOC, mobile EOC.
Okay.
And will be used for, typically we use tents per firefighter rehab, that kind of thing. But with the winds the way they've been, we're trying to find something, if the wind's 100 miles an hour, where we can set up in there and do firefighter rehab, do a place for the first responders to sit down, oxygen, whatnot. On the budget, I talked with Caleb Johnson with J13 Enterprises. He is almost finished with the 23-24 budget. Getting that on, I believe that's right, or is it the 24-25? 24-25. Working into the 25-26. He is 90% certain that we're going to have to do an amendment, which will require advertising, hearings, such like that. He's looking at April, May for that. He wants to put that out as far as he can, as close to the new budget, in case we have building something come up that we have to adjust in the budget. The budget can be adjusted, but you can't change your levy. So that'll be some fancy footwork on his part. And he'll get back to us, come and do a report when he gets to a point where he's got everything done, basically. I think that's all I have.
I misspoke at the last meeting that I would not be able to attend the February meetings. I am able to attend both of my Region 1 and Aging Office meetings. Attended the Region 1 meeting last week. Nothing to really report there. That was a reorganizational meeting for the year. We go through bylaws, whatnot. Nothing real pertinent for Banner County or any big changes there. And the Aging Office was delayed until this Thursday, so I will have that as part of my report next time. That's all I've got.
Good. You with Leif done? Thanks, Leif. Item 11, items of business before the board, road conditions and pasture damage. Paula Brown. The Karen of the county.
Well, I do want to first say thank you to the road department because they all did come and talk to me after a conversation. Jay came and talked to me, Tim came and talked to me, and Eric came and talked to me. I know we're a medium maintained road, but we're also, Hubbard's Gap is a crucial road for if we have any fires in the hills, it is a crucial road. And I want to thank the guys for fixing what Lucky had created for my family to get semis in and out of the out of our driveways, and for Mark going in and fixing his oopsie mistake, and then them putting down gravel where it's needed gravel for a very, very long time. I want to thank that. The Karen in me is going to come out now. When we had our fire in 2020, as you're coming up the north side of the gap, because of the weight of the trucks and everything, it broke the hard pan down. And it, over the years, has just gotten bigger and bigger and bigger. And I had been asking for several years, please let's do something about that, because it at times got to be a foot deep. And I was not very able to get equipment, aka a horse trailer, over. And then, but things weren't getting done. And I know we're a small county with a small budget and everything, but since this is a crucial road for a fire, I think a little maintenance would help. Well, it took another semi getting stuck and backing out 2 miles and Lane Darnell calling to finally get it fixed. Then when it did get fixed, they pulled the embankment of dirt out of the side of the hill to fill it in. So now it's really soft. And then they did some other repairs, so-called, next to an auto gate and ripped. I know there's allowance of 30 feet. I know that. And you can do anything with it. But when you dig into the dirt and you leave it dirty behind, just a mess behind, you know, and fill in with just dirt, when there is a hard pan, when Dad has designated a hard pan area for the county to use, not even like the auto gate, it was literally right below them where they could have taken the payloader and fixed it. And I guess the little dump truck has been broke down, but now is fixed, for them to go get hard pan to fix the troubled spot. Instead of just putting in dirt, there was no foundation put in. So, and I know we need moisture. We really do need moisture. But this spot needs help. It's just gonna, now that there's just dirt in there from an embankment that's gonna affect the road here in time. It's just dirt. It's gonna be powdery. It's gonna move out again because there's no foundation for it. And I know we need moisture. I know we need water on it. But we're looking like we're not going to be getting moisture. So in talking with Tim and with Eric and whatnot, we got to get some rock chunks in there somehow, or I forget what it's called. It's the black top all ground up. Get that in there. It used to be there, but over time it's broke away. My biggest, it just irked me because not only is this a road I live on, it's a road that is my lifeline, but it's also a road where people come to see Banner County. And what are we putting out there when we dig the side of the road and leave a big gaping hole to fix the road and tear up the pasture when you have been given a hard pan area to fix this road? Actually, there's 2 hard pan areas on our place. In discussion by my house, we did determine between Jay and Lucky and I that taking out this one portion of the road or the side of the road would benefit the road in getting washed over to fix the turning points. That was a discussion that we all had. But over on the north side of the road, tearing out embankments and just filling in with dirt when there is a hard pan pile there for them to use, it number one broke my heart and then really pissed me off, because not only is this pasture land being torn up, but when people come and drive over the road and take pictures, such as Rick Myers, they make comments. Paula, what happened to your road? Why did they tear it up? And I just say, well, they do have their 30 feet, but not when there's a hard pan pile right there that you can use from. And that's, I guess, I don't like being a Karen. And this place, I hope the tailings, I think they're called tailings, can be put in that soft area to make it so it doesn't wash out when and if, keep doing your rain dances that we get rain. But if we don't get rain, we need a foundation there. And hopefully Google does not take any more semis over the road, but it happens at least twice a year. And luckily this semi was able to back out and get unstuck. And another thing, because the road has been worked now, every drug dealer has heard about it. So Zane, start patrolling it. It's getting kind of thick again. So we need our deputy and our sheriff over there again. I've seen a little bit more activity, especially with the, they're starting to bring in their 4-wheel drives to do more stuff. And I'm just seeing some activity over there. And I know sometimes it's just the teenagers going up and having a beer. But I don't know, it's a different world. So those are my concerns. And I know we can only do so much with the budget, but again, this is a medium maintained road, but it's a road that is very crucial for our firefighters. Not only will it allow them to get on top, it allows them to cut across faster to try to beat the fires. And I've worked with Tim to get more access roads, so the fire crews, and to lay out and find access roads. And Hubbard's Gap is a very crucial part. And we don't need a semi rolling or a fire truck rolling in the soft spot. We need to get it fixed. And for, I don't know, Eric and Tim can kind of help me judge it, but from the wall, it's about from the wall to me as wide as the road. That's how big that soft spot has gone. And it's literally, you come around a corner and you hit it. So,
On the south side, Paul?
on the north side, sorry, excuse me, on the north
Sorry, I'm
side.
just trying to place where you're.
So as you're coming through the gap, of course, that little ridge they're gonna look at too, because it's too tippy. And then you keep going down and you make the final, literally from here to the end of that 90-degree turn that goes over the culvert. It is that section right at the bottom of the hill. But, and then the sheriff department getting out there and patrolling it a little bit more, because now that the road grade, they automatically know, I swear, they graded the road, let's make our run. Luckily, that soft spot's kind of helped us keep that down. So it's a catch-22.
Thank you, Paula.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Eric, are you good with working with Paul on this project? Or do you have comments, questions?
We've already got, dump trucks headed over there this morning. So put some bigger material in there. Because yesterday I drove it, I worked yesterday and went up there and looked at it again. It's bad, but it's soft. That semi getting stuck didn't help anything. So we're gonna put rock in it today. And then we're gonna end up putting a better rock, putting a better rate base in it today. And then if we get a little moisture, Tim and I have been trying to make our own moisture. We tried to put a tank in the back of the dump truck. And unfortunately the tank's too big. So we're gonna have to figure out something else, because we're gonna haul water as we're doing this also. It does need to be fixed, because you can't, I understand it's minimum maintenance, but we still gotta be able to travel it. Because right now you can't get up it unless you're four-wheel drive, as we speak right now. So, and the pasture stuff, I looked at it, we're gonna back grade that, I guess. That's what you call it, smooth it out. And we are gonna put grass seed in it, because where we tore out of the hill, I think it was already head grass in it, and I don't wanna lose more of the bank. So I recommend that we seed it after we smooth it out, get it a little bit better. But, I mean, I think somebody had told me in the past that that's where they've gotten material before. I can't answer that. I don't wanna get in that conversation, right? I don't wanna get in that, but we'll do stuff differently from now on when it comes to that. So, 'cause to me, when you tear out a bank and on that hill, if you get a big rain, we're gonna be in trouble. Sure. It's gonna take it in a different direction. We don't really want that. But for right now, we've got Lucky's hauling dump truckloads over this morning. That was a plan from last week. So, and unfortunately we can't, I don't recommend taking the semi up over top of that with our water tanker. I don't think it'll make it over the auto gate. It's at her place there. I don't think it'll make that, but, we're trying to figure out something to get water to heal it in case somebody else drives up over it.
And you are welcome to use my tank that's there at your building. Our tanker too, because it does have a fan on it.
Okay.
It's just an old Simplot one.
And the other thing I'm thinking about doing, and I'll have to look at the METCD book, but I would like to put up a sign that says no maintenance, and then actually put a sign below it that says, don't take me for granted, but this is like basically year round, except for 2 weeks out of the year. I don't know if that'll keep people from driving up that way. It's not, because there's already signs that say that. They still go up over it. So
my question is, can we put a weight limit, length limit sign up? We'd have to do an ordinance, I'm sure, but that would keep the semis off. If they're not smart enough to do that, then they can pay the damages, but that's.
Right. Yeah, that's a Mark question on that. I don't personally know.
Well,
We can set a weight limit on it, but we just have to, I don't know what the reasoning for putting the weight limit on it, because, well, it's a minimum maintenance road, so I mean, I'd have to look it all up to know all the legalities of that part of it.
You haven't been able to get over that for a number of years with a semi.
The only people I
people
know
try
that
it.
can do it are the Willies, and they
Well-
do it in their short pot.
Yeah.
But it,
Mike Chrisman can do it too, but
they're
it's not safe.
crazy.
It is
so
not
It's
safe
not safe.
Right.
for people to take trucks, loaded trucks over that road.
And
The
then
last one, dispatch sent them that way.
As far
Their
as this
dispatch
road
for that
maintenance
truck sent
on
them
that
that way.
road, we're gonna fix a couple other things that I didn't feel that was adequate. So Jay already knows what we're gonna do, so.
Well, if he'd have went off and it came in, I know what would have happened.
Right.
So I'm grateful he didn't.
Yeah,
We need to, we've got to figure out some way to prohibit those folks from going over that road.
yeah, I mean, I don't know, I'd have to think about it a little bit, and look it up statute wise, I mean, 'cause I think we can we limit, I'm not sure, can we
Maybe
limit the
between Zane
semis
and
on
Mark,
those?
they
Yeah.
can help you come up with some signage on
Yeah.
that. I'm thinking, like those two would know more about.
As a private landowner, I did put up 2 signs that says Google Maps took you on the wrong spot and put a pot truck with a cross around it. But that is because I know twice a year that they get stuck and tear the road. And they're signs about that big. And if they're not paying attention, they won't see them. But I know some people have seen them, and of course I did it for the safety of the truck more, and I even stop a lot of semis saying, you can't go up there. There's too many turns for you to do, and take them around rights. So, but it's always been a problem, and the longer the semis get, the more the problem has been.
Good.
Are you good with that solution while we're working with
Oh yeah, Eric's
Eric,
been,
and then Eric, yeah, with Zane and Mark too? Maybe get some signage. Does that work okay?
yep.
Will you keep us updated? Call me or call Lake or Dawn and give us an update? Yes, ma'am.
Good.
It's not, I mean, I know Hubbard's is really bad, but Wright's Gap is awful. Even after they've graded it, it's so washboardy that I've had to replace my 1-ton Dodge front end. That was very expensive. And the mechanic even wrote on that, it's due to washboards on the road. We have soft spots not as bad as Paula's, but the gap coming up the hill is the same exact way. And we were promised years ago that it was going to be fixed, and it's never been fixed. I call, you do come out, don't get me wrong. Jay sends somebody out right away to do it. But again, kind of like what she's saying about her hole, right, Gap? On both sides, they just fill it with the dirt and it just gets softer as, and especially during harvest time. Right now we got, they had fall runs since the cattle came across it. Not as bad now that Banner isn't full swing. But Wright's Gap is just bad, and that's a main artery in the eastern part of the county.
Is that
And we're
still
neglected
classified as a major
constantly.
arterial?
I'm sorry, what?
Is that still classified as an arterial road? Wright's Gap, I believe, from 88 east
I will,
north?
I'll go back and grab the maintenance maps for you guys if you really want.
Yeah, and I
No,
can get.
I was just asking a question.
Yeah, it is,
I
yep,
think
it's
it
a,
is.
other arterial. I
Yeah,
believe.
yeah. So that's higher classification than our local roads.
So the only difference of any of that, it just goes off of road volume. They give it, the state just gives it a name, and it still only goes off of, because I looked up the classifications,
But
but
we get more highway, the county gets more highway allocations for that classification of a road than say a minimum maintenance. You know what I'm saying?
Sure,
So
yeah.
the money should be poured into our arterial roads.
the only way to fix that is, well, of course, we'd have to haul water. It's fine, because we can haul water.
I can even get my son-in-law to haul water.
But we'd
The
have
cows
to,
would.
re-gravel it. Because right now, the only thing, it's gonna chatter because there's quite a bit of sand in it, and that's just that. Like what we covered maintenance on it, and we did buy some, shark bags for our blades to go over that road without moving too much material, so we just spent about $6,000 or $7,000 to do that, putting it on, would be the 140. We're gonna put it on the 140, and that's where that machine's gonna try and live for a little while to see if that's going to solve the problem. We just got them in, they're sitting on a pallet out back.
Okay.
So that's
So
another.
you're aware of it and addressing it?
Yep, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. we-
How much of that's an Air Force road?
To the missile site.
And I say from,
It's
so
on
isn't it from 88 to the missile? What a
So
mile?
3
the
miles.
south
Maybe
end.
2.
In my opinion, the north end is the one that is the worst.
Going from 88 east.
Coming out of Terry Scott's place, and what we always call the pretty place
It's
in
that
Paul.
direction, go north.
Yeah. And right now, it lasts about 8 days. Every time we're over, it lasts about another 8 days, and then we try to get back to it.
They've worked a lot on that road over the years. I mean, disproportionately a lot, trying to keep it, especially on the hill. Once those semis chop that out, when it's dry, there's not a lot you can put wet stuff back in there and it'll just pound out.
Yeah.
Something has to be done, 'cause I'm
Mother
trying to
Nature has
save
been
money
very
on
nice to
vehicles.
us, but, yeah, so that's the other option. We're setting up a blade to basically run that in most of our missile sites. So with a different, cutting edge system.
I hope that works. It looks intriguing.
I hope it works. I'm actually nervous because of how dry it is. If we get too aggressive, it's probably gonna be bad.
I do want to thank Eric for actually communicating with us better than the last superintendent and being more willing to work with us. That is very appreciative, at least from my part.
Yeah, no, it is mine, because every time I've called
So,
whoever, if it's Jay or you, somebody comes right out the next day, if not later on that day, and does, 36 right now, we have boulders in the middle of it, but we'll live with the boulders. But,
I appreciate that feedback, I know you two do
no,
as well.
they do. I mean,
Okay.
every time I've called, I have never had to wait weeks, months, nothing. They always do. Somebody comes out.
So the new system that we just purchased, they're saying it's supposed to give us another 2 weeks before the washboards show up. Now, I can't get it, I've never ran them, so I don't know. That's what Morrow County has told me, because they run them. So,
It's so dry.
yeah, we'll figure
It's
it
so
out.
dry.
But anyway, so, I would like to get all the stuff wrapped up and then get seed on it, when we do get moisture, hopefully it'll.
Would you keep us updated as well, or call me and let me know how
Yep.
it's going with Don and Leif as well?
Yep.
And you guys as well, keep us updated,
Thank you.
because I don't wanna go over either one of those roads too bad, especially Paula's.
oh, come on.
Pink Palace has good steaks, but I don't know.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Tim. Thank
Thanks,
you, guys.
Paula. Are you guys okay on that topic? You good, Don?
Yes.
Weed superintendent, Tim. Hey, weed superintendent, hey. You're not moving the bus. Horse
I'm full of
bucket.
ibuprofen, it's still not, still stiff and everything. The problem I have,
I'm sorry. But do I need to do anything else for that other part of the commission, or the green stuff? Do I need to sign anything since I'm on that committee now?
No.
Okay.
Nope, you're good.
Sorry, Tim.
you're fine. The problem I have is I'm being paid, well, I'm weed superintendent and road superintendent. And I should be getting paid something of the weed superintendent budget. And currently, last year and this current year, I am not getting paid anything out of the weed department budget for my wages. Everything's coming out of the road department. And if you look at the weed department budget,
See that?
we don't have the weed superintendent according to the budget. So,
That was under road.
okay, I'm afraid this, subject might squirrel away in different directions, but, and that's fine. Right now, the weed budget, weed department is underneath the general fund, general budget, not the road department budget. It has been suggested that we should move the weed department underneath the road department.
Did you say, I'm sorry, did you say it was under general?
I believe currently it is under general.
It is, it's, 733 is the fund number.
In general?
Yep.
Sorry, Kim, I'm trying to catch up with you.
No, I don't even know. Sharon Sandberg supposedly suggested that it has to be underneath the general. Sure where she was getting that or what, but that's just one piece of information. I really don't care where it's at. I'm gonna have to do my duties to create a weed budget, no matter where it's at. I also have to have autonomy to do the weed department job, but if we wanna pigeonhole it in the road department somehow, I don't know if that would make it any easier to pull the funds from the wages.
I thought you had a weed department budget you submitted.
I do have a weed department.
And we approved.
Yes, I do.
Right.
And it should be in your paper there.
That's right.
But it is,
This is it.
What page is that?
it is underneath the general fund or inside the general.
It is within the general fund.
Okay.
And the road department, as I understand, is outside the general fund.
Okay.
So the main point I have is I need to be able to get paid out of both the road department and the weed department. How that happens, I guess I don't care.
And this is a question that I don't know. Can we make Tim's weed superintendent a salary X amount a year or X amount for the 5 months you're weed superintendent?
No.
And done.
And then your
We've been down.
shop foreman is hourly?
Unfortunately,
You said-
No.
it's hourly.
I think last year's, according to the law, labor laws, since Tim only has one person working underneath him, he can't be salary.
Does that one person have to be full-time, part-time?
That part doesn't matter. I did talk to Jeff Shire and Pam Bourne about it. And they both said that you have to have at least 2 people working underneath you to get salary if you're not elected.
So I could hire another person,
You could hire another person and then you could become salary.
okay?
The other option is we could move everything into the road department and allocate those funds accordingly, but we can't do it until the next budget cycle.
Okay.
Um,
Is that the simplest fix?
well, yes,
Okay.
that's the simplest fix. Jeff, let's see here, you would have to also do an amendment. And I'm not quite sure how that all works.
J13, April, May amendment.
And Jeff also said there is a weed fund that isn't being used, and the fund number is 5,400, and he said there's $1,300 in there. So he said you might wanna close it and transfer that balance also when we do that amendment. He said that would clean things up. I don't know what that 5,400 fund is.
That weed fund, is that a fund that I can use as a, more or less a sinking fund?
I'm thinking so. I kind of thought, well, is this the fund did we create a fund when you were doing the inspections, when that money came in? Is that this fund?
That's
don't
what
know.
I would like to have a fund that I can take all the money I make off weed inspections, weed-free forage inspections, and put into that fund. And then I can use that for miscellaneous equipment purchases or something.
That's not by chance force
Revenue
control,
would be
is
a
it?
cap
No,
deal,
that
right?
is not force control.
If he wants to put money into a fund, that falls on the treasurer for revenue. your expenses.
Yeah.
all with-
A resolution.
Cause right now you're putting it into a, somewhere.
Yeah, if you wanna transfer it around to
And-
resolution, but, yeah, I'm putting it in your road, weed fund, I'm putting everything in that comes in for your, like your hay inspection, your strong hay inspections, and
Last year I did like,
Where's it going, Kathy?
it's going into, on the fund balance in the weed, there's a weed fund on there.
Okay.
Was it 5,400 that you said, or was it?
That's what Jeff called, said in his email.
Yeah, on
I
there,
see.
yeah,
So the revenue's going into 5,400.
yeah,
well, I should have made
what he
like
brings in,
3,500 just in this last year off that.
You're just gonna win, cause I don't know.
Why would it go in 5,400 instead of the weed budget, the specified weed budget? I just don't understand why you have to. How'd you decide to put it in there?
well, it was the only place they had to put it.
You can't, there's no place that receives
Under general
revenue.
is,
There's no other weed, anything with description of weed unless I would have put like a miscellaneous in the road or in the general miscellaneous revenue.
see, Kathy's revenue accounts are all titled one thing and numbered such. They don't match Katie's
In this year.
No.
expense accounts, which is, it messes
Weird.
with my
It
head
messes us
as
up.
well. But
Oh.
Yeah.
The other thing too, when I was talking with Pam, with Tim's wages, if we decide to leave the weed fund be and pay Tim out of the weed fund, we wouldn't have to worry about the wages, like the $15 an hour wage, because we're exempt from the minimum wage because of the political subdivisions, which I don't really know much with that. So she said we would only have to follow the federal, which is $7.25 an hour. So,
no, for that, Tim.
That's not the problem.
but I asked on that because minimum wage for Nebraska is $15. And I didn't know if we had to follow that with you being paid out of the road department too, like how that worked. And she said the only one we would have to follow is federal.
What would you like to do
Like I said.
besides figure this out?
I need to see that money disappear out of my budget, cause it's budgeted for wages. And at the end of the year, that line item needs to be dropped down.
You're talking the 5,400?
No, the 5,400, I think if we can
That's
just
the
leave that
revenue.
one set for now.
You're after the official salary.
But the official salary
Right,
needs to drop down because I
15,000.
budgeted that for weed superintendent wages and it needs to show a decrease by the end of the budget year.
can we take, for the weed superintendent part, can we just take X amount of dollars each month and pay Tim that X amount of dollars and then hours out of the road?
There was something that Ashley mentioned about a journal entry, and they may take everything out of road and then do a journal entry every month and
I don't like that.
move that.
That's,
But we do need to satisfy the first part of the year. But we got 7 months where we need to play catch up. And it was also mentioned that we need to have a resolution to address this, to make it happen. I really don't care how it happens, whether it's easiest, simplest.
what's so there's clerical salary that's been taken out.
I believe the clerical,
6,000,
I don't know why it says clerical, but that pays the part-time help by.
okay.
As much.
So he's getting paid out of the weed department.
So we need to drain those.
The
What's your budget? down
official
on those?
salary needs to see a decrease before the end of the year.
I can, with, like Ashley as an example, with the court's budget, I pay her like 16 hours a month at a certain rate to use it up. You know, so it shows that it's being used. We can break down Tim's in a similar fashion and then it would get added onto his paycheck. The only thing is that Ashley and I don't know is like, like Ashley, we minus those 16 hours out of her 38.5, so she doesn't get paid extra. We would have to do something similar with Tim, and I'm not sure how much that would affect his current wage where he's at now.
So if I got, say, 32 hours on the road department and 8 hours on the weed department every month, as long as that didn't mess with benefits or anything, I'm not sure.
Yeah, it shouldn't affect that, because they go by total hours worked.
Yeah.
So you'd still get your 40 hours, so it shouldn't affect benefits. I just don't know if we took out X amount of hours, how much that's gonna affect your overall pay. You know, like if it's gonna affect your paycheck at all. That's the only thing I
As
don't
long
know.
as we kept it in, well, if we figured that I take eight hours or, I'm not sure how it's, just say 8 hours a week out of the weed department every week. And then the balance would come out of the road department. Generally, it's always 40 hours a week, but
So you have 13,000 left in the part-time help. You'll probably use that up in May and April, May? For your part-time?
yes, I think we were figuring he's costing me 7,000 something a year. Actual year, not a fiscal.
And I mean, it's good you have leftover.
So,
Could we just take what's left over in that official salary budget and divide that out for
we got 5 months left, if we divide it by 5.
February, March, April, May, June? So divide that out over the 5 months.
And then figure out a plan for going into next year.
Mhm. Then we can get with our budget guy on this too, as far as accounts and whatnot.
He's got
Do,
an idea, I mean,
it would just be working with Katie on that official salary, starting to pull that out of there in February. So I guess I would work with her to
yeah.
see.
I know where we need to go, I just don't know how to get there.
Yeah, I know. And I know we can't, salarying you was the easiest, but I know we can't legally do that. I get that.
There is a potential I could hire another person, as long as, hours per week don't matter. I haven't talked to her yet, but, that would technically give me 2 employees.
Then we could leave the clerical and add, we can't do it this budget, but add part-time help for next budget.
Yeah. But as far as, realistically, I only need one person I don't need more than one person, I guess.
I would like to see the weed superintendent part be salaried myself. But to do that, yeah. All right, we work with Katie on that weed official salary. It's account 1-0100. Katie probably already knows that. Getting the funds out of that.
Do we need a resolution or anything?
Not to do that, no. You need a resolution when you start messing with Kathy's numbers.
Okay.
That's when we need a resolution. Sorry, Kathy. When we start playing with her stuff, that's when we need the resolution. So we do need one for your transfer from weed to inheritance. But this is just Katie's the payroll girl, so.
Well, as long as you guys are all up to speed on it.
And then I think once we get into working on that new budget, if you can hire a second person, we can salary you that for weed.
I would be against that totally, because we just had him salaried and did it for a reason.
Right.
Oh, it's because you didn't have a second employee.
That was-
We don't need to hire people to make
No.
a change.
changing nothing on. It's a technicality. I got a plan. If that would satisfy everything, we could, because like I said, I don't need another person. But if we can slip a technicality in there, then that would make things simpler.
It would make it a lot easier. You wanna look at that, Rob? I'm willing to look at that, Rob.
We can satisfy that in just a few minute conversations.
Okay.
Without spending any more county. Hopefully.
Yeah, I follow you. Do you want this on the agenda for next time so we can square that away, or how do you wanna handle this, Tim? Or if you wanna just work with Katie, but it'll have to be the board that makes you salaried or not.
We can discuss it and figure out, and if it needs to go on the agenda next month or next week.
Yeah, if you wanna work with Katie, cause she knows the
Okay,
payroll stuff,
we'll figure it out.
is that fair?
Yeah,
Cause I would like to see the weed part be salaried, that would just be so much easier. And then pay you by the hour for.
so if the weed department was salaried, would the road department still be hourly?
Isn't there something that you can't operate machinery or something on salary?
No, that's alcohol.
Well, we were just talking to Eric about it.
I think so, because you wouldn't
Don't
have
quote me.
to, cause in the road department, you don't have the power to hire and fire.
I need
Does
to,
that sound right for the salary part?
Right.
Or, and the two
yeah,
employees,
it
I
needs
mean,
to have that full administrative authority, yeah.
right?
All right, we'll throw it around and have a good discussion about it.
Yeah, if you two would sort it out, come to us with what works, that sound fair? Is that fair, Tim?
Yeah, that's good with me.
You guys have questions? Good with that?
Good with that.
What are you in for this one?
No.
Were you good on that, Tim?
Yep.
Okay,
We'll get it.
thank you. Discussion and approval of emergency tab on G-Works, Casey and Tim.
I would love to have a quote for you for this, but they still haven't gotten it to me. So just talk about it, I guess. Tim and I now do the 911 addressing for the county. Scottsbluff County used to do it, but we got a call, like a month ago? We're now doing it. And there's like information that we have to submit from GIS to the different acronyms. What all is?
It's, no, I can't, but
It's a lot.
it affects postal service and Google Maps and everything.
Birds Gap,
Yeah.
just out there.
But for actually assigning the 911 addresses, there's an emergency tab when you go onto the G-Works website. And I guess that's how other counties do it. I didn't know about this until last week-ish. But if you have that emergency tab active, you can just go on and you like click the road and drag to where the approach is, and it'll tell you what that address is supposed to be as long as you import your address data from the county. So we have to go through and check all the addresses, tell me if I'm wrong here, check all the addresses that Scottsbluff County had assigned to houses, find houses and sites that don't have addresses and assign them addresses. What else?
So right now it's occupied residences, or they were occupied 25 years ago when they did this. It was also suggested that we assign them to unoccupied residences or building sites like Kanaw's elevator out here on 88. If we assign an address to that. And then it was also suggested, I'm not sure how far this is going, but like all the radio towers should have a 911 address. And possibly, I don't know if they said oil sites, but
So,
basically anywhere where people are gonna be for an extended period of time, working or whatever, that's an established location, they're saying need the 911 address. And right now, all we have is the occupied residences and commercial buildings. So there's a lot of work that needs to be done. Everything needs to be double checked to make sure it's accurate, and then you need to be able to build upon that.
Missile silos, those don't have a.
Missile silos, we've
Technical.
already checked into that and found out they do have
Do they?
that, I'm not sure the accuracy on them. But I called F.E. Warren and they sent me what they had and they're all legitimate 911 addresses that match what we, for the most part, match what we already have. I'm not sure how those got assigned because Gary Dispatch had no clue they had those.
It would be nice to have
We do have
911 for those to respond to, cause I'm like, where's that at? Like, I don't know.
So we had a call to one of the command centers, and we have 2 command centers in the county, so they sent us to one of them. And you gotta make a decision, do you go east or west? I called dispatch and I said, which command center is it? Can you give me a location? And it was like over 10 minutes before they were able to get back to me and tell me physical directions to it, because they didn't know. No. Well,
I'm lost on those.
And I think this emergency tab would save us time too, because we wouldn't have to drive to everything
Okay.
and figure out what it is, or like measure on Google Maps. I think what's hanging them up on the quote is I talked to you guys about this a while back. We have a quote, or not, I need to go home. We have a credit with G-Works from a couple years we've been paying on something that we never had a result from. And they said we already received that credit and we haven't. So we're going back and forth on that right now. Because if we can find that credit, I was gonna apply it to this for the first year anyway. See where.
What is the cost of this project?
They won't tell me.
No clue.
Yeah.
Okay.
So as soon as I get it, I'll forward it to you guys.
And do we have any place to pull this out of the budget or otherwise? I know this is a 12th hour deal, I get that, but I mean, is there?
I was gonna start with what it cost and then minus the credit, what it's gonna be. So the next budget, we could actually budget it.
Which one were you looking at, Casey? Sorry.
For what, the budget?
Yeah.
Got it. I was gonna focus on the quote.
We have an E911 budget, but we never use it.
There's $0.
Right, we didn't budget anything in there, so we'll have to find
have
that
something.
any
might
emergency
possibly
meeting?
fall underneath the E911. Scottsbluff County runs their mapping underneath the assessor's office now.
Could you take it out of civil defense?
I was just looking
Already
at
emptied
that.
that.
I was just, I think we're fine there, aren't we? As long as we're not talking tens of thousands of
I don't think
dollars.
so.
I think we can do civil defense.
What I think our current GIS thing is around 7,000 and that's for like everything. So I don't think an extra tab is gonna be that much.
Might be 1,000.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm
Okay.
thinking around.
And I think
then
we're
minus
safe
the
in
credit.
civil defense because those bills from the emergency management are high now, but when that FEMA grants, if they ever come through this budget,
Yeah.
then they'll be considerably lower.
And we pay them quarterly, so we should be pretty much done paying them for this budget cycle.
Do we have one?
So we're not really ready to make a decision. on this.
Yeah.
And so it shouldn't be, but maybe around 5,000.
There's other things that can be done with this
It's the
app too,
highest.
like,
Yeah.
I know
Pam or
Rob's
anybody
working
who
on those
responds to an
grants.
accident, they can put like a pin and add a bunch of information to it. It's not just for addressing. And it's on the website, so more than one person can have the login information for it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm for it as long as we're not over like $10,000.
Once we figure out the rate one.
If this
We
is gonna
can't
require
make a
another
decision until we have a.
line in the budget next year. We got software cost, a little bit of office work. And then somebody, if need be, has to go out and physically verify. But I figured I could do that when I'm out doing my other work. I'll be out in the county anyway, so.
Casey gets around a little bit.
Sorry, Casey gets bored in the office.
Yeah.
I feel like this is just the fastest option. And I was hoping maybe they would get the quote to me by this morning, but
When do we meet again? We meet again in 2 weeks.
March 3rd.
surely they'll have it to me by then.
Should we just table this till then?
Yeah.
Since we don't have a we can't say where to take it out until we have a number.
Yeah. I just didn't want to take it off.
Right.
So we'll table this until March 3rd, is that right?
Yeah.
Are you two good with that?
Yeah.
Are you two good with them?
I thought that's who you were addressing is.
I really was gonna ask
Everybody,
both.
is everybody okay with this?
There we go.
Yeah.
Chiefly, got it. Discuss and approve of new patrol vehicles, Zane.
Katie, would you put on for March 3rd meeting a Brad Van Tol? He's gonna talk about the Veterans Memorial.
What?
Brad
Brad.
Van Tol. Or I forget it.
Not on our agenda. Just kidding.
Who's talking about this?
Giving you.
I'm not asking.
That's it.
Tell him.
Sorry, Zane, go ahead.
So I sent you guys this proposal, in fact, the presentations that guy sent me that day, and then I sent you the email that showed the three options. And I don't know if you got the second email, but I'm also, we can kick one car down the road for a couple of years if that helps. And I'd like to try to get one. But,
Which car would you be getting rid of?
the Charger.
The Charger? Miles?
It's right around 60, but it's also 10 years old.
Okay. Operates fine, no problems with it though?
It still operates fine at the moment. But we also, it's gonna start costing money pretty soon.
At what point do you expect to replace your vehicles? I mean, what is your expectation in law enforcement to replace your vehicles? And what is your warranty? So when you buy a new vehicle, like your newer cruiser right now, what is the warranty on that?
3 years.
3 years, 36,000. Yeah.
I'd like to get them between the 4 to 5 year old.
You'd like to run them for 4 to 5 years. Do you have would you replace off of year or would you replace off of mileage? I guess that's my question.
Either or, once you start crowding 100,000, I wanna kick them down the road.
Say my recommendation would be 115. And that's based on to what other state agencies are recommending?
Those are highway.
For their Explorers?
Those are all highway miles too. We don't.
Well, some of them are city, so I mean, it's across the cut.
But I would say between 4 and 6 years. And when we start crowding that 100,000 mark,
It's time to
send them down the road.
I don't disagree with that. I think if we're somewhere in that 100,000 mile spot, I think that's a good point to replace them. I think that's more crucial than what the age, the year of the vehicle is.
So based on that, the Charger would have a couple years left in it.
The only thing is we don't know the history on the Charger.
When did we buy that? It just seems like.
2020, it's a 2020.
Yeah, but
No,
when
it's
did
not,
we
it's a
buy it?
17.
Oh, so we must have bought it in
We
2020.
bought it in 2020. No, we bought my car in 2020. No, we didn't.
Well, we bought a patrol unit in 2020, I don't know which one it was.
We just bought that Charger like 2 years ago.
It was a couple years ago, yeah.
That was the first one we bought. We bought the Charger first, because then Zane got the Explorer, so we bumped the Charger to Courthouse.
We bought the Charger for the Courthouse.
Right. So we bought it first.
Is what the Charger was. My car was bought in 22.
Right.
Actually, it was bought in 23.
It's a 22 model purchased in 23.
Yeah.
That's what it is, that's right.
February 7th of 23, we bought a 2022 SUV.
That's my car.
And then I have
Which,
2020 patrol unit. Had 25,000 miles on it when we bought it.
that was
the Charger.
That was the Charger.
And I thought you were gonna keep that for the deputy, no?
Well, that's what he's driving.
He's driving the Charger. Okay.
So the Charger came out of ARPA funds.
Yeah, it was an outright, and then.
Yep, and then the Explorer we financed through Banner County Bank.
Yep.
And then we have a Taurus.
Right.
The Taurus isn't an equipped car.
No, it's just
Backup.
backup.
You'd have to carry a portable radio, you'd have to.
Yeah.
But it's not equipped. It has nothing.
It has lights, and
It does.
that's it, but no cameras, no radars, no, nothing.
Well, Zane, I'll give you my 2 cents onto it, and it's different from, probably gonna be different from everybody else's. The problem isn't so much purchasing the vehicle. The problem's the cost of the upfit. Because buying the vehicle, if you were on a program, what I would like to see is I'd like to see an established time frame that we're expecting to get out of the vehicles. So I'm just gonna be frank, I don't know how else to do it. We're kind of all over the board. We got a Charger with 60,000 miles. We got an Explorer with 62. We just seem to have got these lined up. You're here to start the process, and I understand it's gonna take a year to get the car, I get that. It's not so much buying a $45,000 Explorer, it's a $25,000 upfit that we seem to get zero back out of. So the value of the vehicle when we trade it in, all we get out of the vehicle is the trade-in value of the vehicle with none of the upfit money. So the upfit money is just poof, gone.
Yeah.
Therefore, and I understand the need to get better and maintain a newer fleet. Like, believe me, I do, and I'm not against that. I think we need to try to get the most out of the upfits that we can, because we just literally upfit this Charger for the cost of how much?
22,000.
Well, about 9,000.
About 9,000. And we did that 2 years ago, correct? The car's been in service for how many months?
But some of that stuff we can pull off the Charger. Because it is newer.
But if I'm not mistaken, the upfit quote showed us just re-upfitting everything all again.
22,000.
And that's really where my rub comes onto this. I understand trading the vehicles. I guess what I would ask your department to do is figure out how long you're gonna run them, what type of program you're gonna want to run them. If you wanna trade them out at 75,000 miles, that's fine, but how do we cover the upfit charge that never seems to go away? The issue is the upfit charge completely.
And that one we can't get away from. I can take like this stuff off the Charger. There's equipment on that one. We can pull that and reuse it, and that lowers that, and then that'll lower this next upfit
One time.
Exactly.
Next time we'll have to be back to the.
But then it's just like buying computers.
It is, I get it.
They're
I understand.
disposable expense because they're electronics.
And got the sirens and the lights and the decals and
And then the time frame to get it done, so. I would like to see us run our cars to 100,000 miles and then make a plan. I would also like to see us figure out what, at the end of that, what can be recycled back on the upfit.
We did that, in fact, Stan did that on one of them, and it bit us in the butt big time.
I'm aware of that, I really am. And I get it. I get both sides of this deal. I mean, as a taxpayer, if we traded out a car with 60,000 miles onto it, I promise you that's probably the soonest that a sheriff's vehicle in this county has ever been traded.
Pretty close.
just for reference, and when we upfitted in February of 23, when we upfitted the SUV, it was 22,000.
The difference in use.
Did you hear that?
I'm sorry.
When we upfitted the SUV in 2023, it was 22,000.
Right.
So those prices are going to go up. That was.
Everything will go up. So you
You're
guarantee.
looking at probably 25,000 now.
You are. I don't know that trading, I'll just say it, I don't know that trading saves us money to trade now. Like so you get $3,000 or $4,000 more on the trade. You know, I mean, maybe we'd be ahead to run that extra cycle and use some of that to eat up the upfit. That's where I'm coming from. I've tried to look at this from all different ways, and I'm supportive of getting a different vehicle. I'm just not supportive of paying the money for the upfits.
That's one of the necessary evils.
I get it. I do.
Unfortunately.
I just don't know that we're getting enough money back out of it. I mean, that's where I'm at. That's all I'll say. Somebody else's turn.
What do you wanna do with this?
Can I ask a question?
I'm sorry?
What does that do? Because apparently we must not have the money, right? What does that do to our taxes to the residents? Will it
Well,
raise our taxes?
It can't be in this budget cycle. I think Zane was talking next budget cycle, so.
So is that budgeted in then?
Well, we haven't even
Oh, you haven't
started on that
started it?
budget yet.
Okay.
No.
Start that till May,
Till
June.
May or June, that's right.
Yeah, I think he's just
Okay, that makes sense.
making the suggestion, wanting to do this so that we
Yeah.
have plenty of heads up for the next budget.
It takes a while to get the cars through and to get them upfitted and to get them ready. If he decided he needed a car this week, he's probably looking at close to a year to get it.
That's what I thought I had heard, okay.
So it's something that we do have to be proactive onto.
In the future.
No,
Honestly, I feel we're a year ahead of it right now, is how I feel. I'm sorry, I know that's probably not what, but I think that's my opinion on it, I guess.
So you would be looking at budgeting for next 27, 28 to purchase one.
Yes.
Mhm.
That would.
That's where I was, is that what you were thinking?
That's what
And
I'm.
just one.
We could, the problem with the deferral, now here's the
I
issue.
know.
The problem with the deferral is we kick this down. I understood, so I think what he's saying is let's trade one now. And that way we have one figured and we always have one working every 2 or 3 years. Is that accurate?
Pretty close.
Is that kind of what you're,
Every
because
2.5 years, we got one coming.
other than that, you're looking at purchasing, you go to 28, you're probably not looking at buying one, you're probably looking at buying two. Now, is there any cost savings to the county? Probably not. Like really, if you break it, you're probably splitting $2,500 one way or the other. And that's the truth. Like I've tried to figure this in and run your numbers. Like we're not talking a wild amount of money that we're splitting one way or the other. It's just what's gonna work best in the system.
I'm also unconvinced that buying them is not cheaper than renting. Or leasing, whatever.
Leasing, buying. Yeah. In this case, it probably is. The problem with patrol vehicles is they really don't have a lot of resale value.
They don't.
Like they tank pretty quick, so.
You gotta use them up.
That's a good way to put it, Dawn. Like I feel like we should probably use them up a little more to get the upfit cost back.
Does leasing the patrol vehicles, make it with the upfit? How does that work? Does it change the lease option with the outfit, like
No, 'cause
the cost of the county?
If you lease them, they come outfitted. So there's what, rough math, $1,000 from leasing to fine.
Oh, okay.
And it's the interest.
It's
The
not
lease
reason.
always looks good up front, And
Well,
then
it's
2,
easy to
3
budget
years, yeah.
for.
and then 2, 3 years down the road, you're still.
But this isn't a $340,000 maintainer.
Right. It's what it is well.
So I just want to get it up where it's in the brains because it's coming. I've learned from the predecessor that they ran one 8 years and he had nothing but problems. The last,
Like, the gravel roads just shake the electronics.
they just shake them
and
to pieces.
Front ends and
Pat had over
Windshields.
200,000 miles,
Yeah.
250,000 miles on
they
that
don't build them like that
LTD truck.
anymore.
They
He
don't
drove
build them.
that thing places that
So that's,
I wouldn't go.
and I'm looking at, I know there's an 8-month delay coming because the model years they're doing upgrades. I'm trying to be ahead of it so that we're not behind.
I think that's wise.
So do you want to decide, do you want to table, do you want to, what would you like to do with this topic?
Well, I would like to have some more information. I don't want to do anything at this time, but I would like to have some more information on a couple bids on what the car would cost. Now, Gearing
Today, I
recently
thought
bought
you had that.
a new car. It's
It's
41,000.
in the email.
I don't know what it was. I don't remember. Did they go to Cheyenne to get an outfit? Is that, or Colorado?
I don't know where they go.
Someplace close. I mean, it seems ridiculous to drive clear to Omaha to get an outfit, because these guys gotta be getting them someplace.
I know the people in Omaha, and I also know when I have a problem, I pick up the phone, I say, this is what's not working. They tell me, give me 10 minutes, and they email me the new program to download, and it fixes the problem.
Fixes the issue.
And it doesn't cost me anything.
I think you were talking more information on prices and whatnot, it's all in his email.
His state bid price, so it's,
Yeah. I don't remember what it was, 43, I don't know how, they must not have got the same model, because theirs was.
45, 352, they didn't get the same model. They
All
were
right, what do we want to do with this topic?
No action.
No action?
Okay,
Oh,
yeah, that,
Okay.
thank you, Zane.
yeah, thank you.
I'm just gonna throw this out there, Zane, when we start working on the budget, let's see about, like, maybe starting to put a little bit in this budget, and then
We
build
just
that
have
as
to
we
create
move
a
forward.
fund for it.
What's that?
We just have to create a fund, a
That's
sinking fund.
Yeah,
exactly.
and we didn't do that for you, did we? We did it for the road. That might be an idea for us to look at come budget season.
But, I mean, if we go 2 more years,
You look at two,
we're gonna look at 2,
Right,
and they're gonna
right.
be,
I get it.
instead of the 150 for 2 now, we're gonna be crowding, I'm gonna guess 20% more. So we're
But
gonna
if we
be,
can work it into this budget, even then, we're not hitting the taxpayers so hard one year, we can build that and
the
a
cost
little
is
bit
gonna,
each year.
the
Yeah.
cost is gonna be the same, so it's gonna go up with inflation, the upfit's gonna cost more, the car's gonna cost more. You know, the projections, if a quick spin on Google says that you can expect that car to cost from 2.5% to 5% more every year,
Mhm.
depending on the inflation and how it hits. So 2 years from now, you could be looking at, I would say, a maximum of 5 to 10% different from where you are today. Well, that's gonna be the same thing
Yeah,
for the
but why don't
upfit.
we use up what we have, like you said?
And
Get more use out of the money we've already spent.
the upfit's the part that I have a hard time swallowing. I mean, I just gotta
That's
say,
a lot.
like, that's a lot of money, like $22,000 to upfit a car to use it for 3 years. Man, that's rough.
that's why we wanna start getting it on to the
Get in it to a point. So
4 to 5 year rotation.
we have county road pickups with 300,000 miles on them. Now, I understand they're not gonna be lights and sirens and tracking somebody down. I get
You're not
that.
gonna drive over 50 mile an hour. while
I
somebody's-
understand that. I do. But our other departments are getting the maximum out of their stuff. Figure out a plan to where we're getting the maximum for the taxpayers, especially when it comes to the upfit.
The other thing I have to look at is the road department pickups, yeah. Those are just 2 employees or 1 employee that runs it. I put somebody in the back seat, the county then becomes civil liable.
Agreed. I
And I
understand.
have to try to
I
cover
do.
my butt on the civil liability side of it.
I do.
For Holland, so that somebody doesn't come in and change the name of the county if something happens.
Explain that a little bit more to me. I'm,
No, you're good. So I arrest somebody,
mhm,
put them in the backseat.
mhm.
We're sitting on the side of the road, wait for a tow truck. Another car comes in, hits us in the back. They get hurt.
Okay, I see what you're saying, okay,
They can sue me.
Yeah.
And which, why suing me means they suing Banner County. Which they can come in and sue Banner County for a lot of money.
so what would that have to do with upgrading cars like better lights, is that what you're saying, or better?
The safety measures
Safety measures to the
improve
car?
every time.
Okay.
We're still
So like,
just.
my car right now is rated for 75 miles over
There's
the
lots of
in the back.
lines out there.
Oh, yeah.
They're way bigger.
The new safety measures are upping those numbers because
anything you can
Of the height.
we have
Gage County
Yeah.
paid
we have
$13
cops
million.
getting hit on the side of the
I think we need to establish.
Okay, that makes
a
sense,
point
that's
to
what
where
I
we
didn't
expect
quite
our
understand,
cars
is
to
what
come
the
out from
light
what I've seen off the
upgrading,
internet.
you know what I'm saying?
We're just trying to upgrade this
Do your
I
civil
think
code.
start the
Okay,
replacement
that makes sense.
process, getting them replaced
More
by
King County
150,000
Yeah, no,
miles.
that
The
makes,
cost
that
is
makes sense, I
exactly the
just
same.
wasn't quite understanding
The cost of
what
increase
the
of the
upgrade would
The
help.
trade value does
Not
not
do the
reflect
civil,
enough to
something
offset,
Yeah,
but that
to
does make
offset
sense,
the
that
loss
that's
of
safety feature
the,
to the newer vehicles.
upfit.
And all the counties I talked to about this, about their, this was all what they were
Yeah,
doing.
yeah, that's what I was
Started
saying.
at just over.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
should-
and so
we
I
should-
would have already got it.
We should probably.
So that's what I
We
had.
should,
We should,
Wasn't
I guess we
registered,
should.
But now it makes sense.
Okay, no action on that. Void check number 025090082 to Seneca Companies.
Motion to void check number 02509-082 to Seneca,
Would you include the dollar amount, please?
for $2,214.
Thank you.
Second,
It's been moved and seconded to void check number 025090082 to Seneca Companies in the amount of $2,214. Any further discussion? Was this a duplicate, Katie, is that right?
Yep.
Any further discussion? Roll call vote, please.
Don,
yes,
Robin,
Yes.
Lee,
Yes.
Ordinances 23-01 snow emergency and ordinance for parking on county roads.
so I put these on the agenda because we started this in 2023, on, the snow emergency one, and we never finished it. So I got the ordinance, and it's all ready to be approved. The other one is for, parking vehicles on, our county roads. This one we talked about, but we never even started. In order to finish these up, I have to put them in the paper for 2 consecutive weeks, I think Mike said. So,
So a resolution 2320 needs an ordinance to go with it.
yep,
And we just need to,
For Zane to be able to write a ticket for parking,
There.
it has to be an ordinance. Or the clerk of the
Go
court,
down this road.
which I disagree with still, but, so,
no pun intended
it
there.
is what it is.
And then the other one, Katie, the ordinance, do we just need to approve that one or do you still have to publish that one?
It should be
still,
published.
I should publish it still, or it's been since
They'll
2023.
need to be renumbered.
Do we need to do, what do you need us to do today to get you to
Just,
be able to do it?
just give me the approval to advertise so I can put it on.
She's got to advertise.
Are you guys okay with Katie advertising these two so that we can
Yes.
approve them?
And I sent you an updated parking this morning, Katie.
Yep, I got it right here.
Can we get the updated one? Or is this the updated one?
That's the resolution, the updated one is, yeah.
If you could just email a copy of the.
Sure, I'll just forward it
Don't
on.
mind.
so
That would be awesome.
surely.
That this
Yeah.
one's updated,
Oh, okay.
I guess. I'm not sure.
So you need both, we need to act on the ordinance and the resolution.
We just need to tell Katie
Just need
to
to pass
advertise for
ordinances.
these and then when you get to the point of you can put it on our agenda for the,
Yeah, because I think, Mark, do we have to have a hearing For the.
I think there might be, I have to look at my email, since the statute's right there.
I bet we do. It's.
Yeah, there's a public hearing, and then it'll be that awkward process to pass an ordinance. Where somebody introduces it, and then you wait 3 readings and all that stuff, there's a script for it.
I don't see it awkward, I
I like
think it's
that.
all right, but.
I have the
Do you
script.
wanna just put that on our agenda then whenever you can?
Just make it.
Whenever you can after the advertising, do you know what I mean?
Yep.
Okay, perfect.
So the legal process is to advertise it,
And then accept the ordinance.
then accept the order.
Have a public hearing, pass the ordinance.
Okay, good.
Okay. So the hearing, do we need to have that after we publicize this? Or can we set the hearing for whenever? Like, do we have to publicize it for so long and then have a
You'd probably
hearing?
want to publish it and then have the hearing, I would think.
I would think.
Well, the
That's
The
what.
publication has to include the time and the place of the public hearing.
So we need to
And
advertise it.
Katie can, by the time she runs it 2 weeks,
So-
you will probably have your next meeting and you can still set, I mean, you can let,
So,
based on your publication
17.
deadlines,
yeah,
Katie can calculate.
I think
that
we could do
hearing.
it on the 17th, because if I got it in the paper today, or this week, it would go in the paper the 26th and the 5th, which we could then have a hearing on the 17th.
Okay.
And that would also give us 10 days for the hearing notice.
Okay,
So we could do everything on the 17th,
perfect.
without making an extra hearing date or time.
You wanna just schedule that would be, are you guys okay with that?
Yes,
Hearing on the 17th for both these?
yes, get her done.
And just pick, I don't know, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, what do you guys want? Maybe 10 o'clock in case we don't have a lot on our agenda.
That'd be perfect.
Does that sound good?
Good.
All right. Did that get you what you needed, Katie?
Yes, it does.
Okay. Signing bank documents for Ashley Morris to be signer.
Okay, so this is kind of kicked me in the butt a little bit. I had Ashley go over to sign the paperwork with her being a deputy and everything, so she can sign checks if need be. And since they got a new bank system over there, we have to re-sign all the documents, and the commissioners have to sign it too. And then Ashley can sign.
They wouldn't let me sign either.
Yep,
I think they need copies of the minutes as well.
Well, they got all that.
they got everything
Yeah.
except for Dawn to be able to sign
Oh.
and Ashley to be able to sign. You guys have to sign all these forms.
Did you go off then?
I'll what?
The bank accounts?
I would, as hard as it's getting to get it, I've been there 3 times,
To get that.
and I haven't got it done yet.
I haven't requested anything.
So
Yeah,
you're still on there. You signed way back in the beginning.
I don't know if it's banking regulation, but it's essentially re-signing all the documents for your accounts, like it's like walking in and reopening an account,
Yeah.
even though you're
So
not.
notes. And I understand why, because of that.
So do you need a motion on that?
I don't think so. I just didn't know with it being
Well, we
bank
probably should
documents.
to
and
add Ashley and
signatures.
Dawn, we probably need a motion and a vote.
Well, we've already voted for me to do it. I don't know about Ashley.
Well, when she became,
When she's
I think
deputized, she
she's-
operates under your.
When was you?
Hmm?
When was you?
When we reorganized.
Yep.
I've got all the documents done, but they wouldn't do it until they could do Ashley as
Okay.
well.
So we probably need a motion and a vote on Ashley
Right,
to keep it legit.
Sure.
correct. Just,
All right,
you never go wrong with.
Make a motion, to add Ashley Morris to be a signer at the bank.
Second,
it's been moved and seconded to authorize Ashley Morris to be on the signature cards at Banner Capital Bank. Any further discussion? Roll call vote. I just this meeting feel like I'm walking in mud. Like, it's like really slow.
Don,
Yes.
Robin,
Yes.
Leif?
Yes,
Is that what you needed on that one, Katie?
Yep,
perfect.
Don't let us forget to sign those before we leave.
yep.
Set gravel and borrow prices. So last time we did this was the year before last, and we set rental prices on our equipment as well, which we don't do anymore.
Do
But our gravel prices haven't changed since we set that in 2023.
that. Okay,
It's $1 a yard for gravel and borrow to purchase from our, taxpayers, landowners in the county. I didn't know if you want to leave that at $1 a yard. We probably need to establish a price on that. Eric, do you have any input on this?
That's what Sioux County is paying currently.
it's $1 per yard.
Yep.
It's pretty good there.
I haven't been doing it long enough to know whether or not that's good or bad. I know we're paying, $7 a yard for crushed rock when we crush in our own pits.
Do we have that out here? I
Yeah.
don't think we have any fresh rock, do we? What does, Sioux County charge for a yard of gravel up there?
They pay the landowners $1 out of their, the pits, $1.
$1 a yard for gravel and borrow?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm guessing no action if you guys don't want to change that.
That would be.
I just
my-
wanted to
Are
bring
we
it to your
having
attention.
problems buying gravel at $1 per yard?
I have never heard anything, so I don't know.
Are you aware of anything that I'm?
No, I just think $1 low. But that's just my opinion. We can just, it's whatever you guys want to do.
I'm good with $1 myself.
Okay,
Okay, so let's just call it no action then, because
right.
if we're not changing the price, that's what it is. So, okay, no action on that one, Katie.
Okay.
I just wanted to discuss it. Employees' wages, salaries, and benefits, that's me. In looking back on January's payroll, and I have the date somewhere, we had a motion to increase officials and deputy salaries for cost of living 3%. And that was not done for 3 courthouse employees.
Was not?
Was not done for 3 courthouse employees. Now, that being said, these are the same 3 courthouse employees that got over a $2 raise without our authorization. According to statute, and I have it somewhere, ends in like 1113. The county board sets the salaries and wages for deputies. We did not set that. That was done in October,
Okay,
which was well above an increase that I probably would have ever agreed to. But they still didn't get the cost of living increase in January that we authorized as a board.
okay. So they got a cost of living increase that is, they got $2 an hour.
Which was about twice
In
what our
October.
cost of living.
They have not got the one that we approved as the board. So that's where the issue therein lies.
Right. We authorized a 3% cost of living increase for the officials and the deputies, and it didn't happen on 3 of the employees that I found.
Okay. I guess I don't know anything about this.
So
I missed the first part of it.
I think that the 3% needs to be enforced because that was our motion and that was our vote, and that's what should have happened.
So
That's
you
what
want to,
messes up the wages and the salaries.
you want to go back on the pay, or you want the 3% on what
The
they're being
motion
paid
and the
now?
vote was January.
It's January. Okay, so just, that was.
And it was retroactive to January 1st for officials and deputies. That was the
So
motion
3.
and the vote.
It was 3.
3%.
Well, then
Increase.
everybody should get the same.
Right. So then those 3 employees need their 3% raise
Retroactive.
retroactive to
Back to
January
January.
1st.
Okay,
That
Okay.
keeps us legal.
Can I ask some questions? Okay, after the budget was approved, I gave my deputy an increase to get her kind of in line with the road department, and I'm within my budget. So that's when I gave her hers. It was around her year mark. So I gave her hers then after the budget was approved and I fit in. So you want me to give another 3% on that?
That was our motion and vote, was to give the 3% January 1st.
Okay.
But now looking back on when was she deputized?
I don't remember. I have to look back.
So the deputies are this board's decision for raises. We need to approve those, and you guys just gave over a $2 an hour raise to all your employees and didn't come through the board to do that. Statute. Tell me the statute number.
And I kind of thought the approval of the budget, then it was my responsibility to figure out the hourly.
The budget's just a plan. Just because it's budgeted doesn't mean we're going to spend it. It's just a plan.
And my deputy didn't get a $2 an hour raise.
What's that?
I didn't give Ashley a $2 an hour raise.
So.
And I guess I assumed with the raise that she received, that included the cost of living.
It's statute 231114. Anybody wants to look it up. So the wages, well, regardless, the wages were set in October with an increase that we didn't approve.
So now you want
But
an increase on top
regardless of that, we still made a motion in January and a vote to increase them with 3%. So they have to be increased by 3% because that was our motion and our vote.
Point of clarification with you, Casey. What did you do to increase, why did you increase her wage?
After her employee evaluation, she's a really good employee.
Okay,
And I don't think it's fair that, not necessarily fair. There is a road department pay scale. I do think it's only fair for all the employees who are hourly to be similar for starting wages. And she's on her second year and she's only to their first year, their starting mark. Yeah.
so
But they're not.
you did this independently of creating her as a deputy? Because she got a substantial raise then, right?
No.
No, they were
I was
already
waiting for
at
her year
deputy
mark.
wage.
Yeah.
And then you increase that $2 an hour above the deputy wage.
It wasn't a deputy wage, so I can't remember when she got deputized, so don't quote me on all of this, but I waited till close to her year marks to give her her raise. It wasn't based on solely the deputy or solely the year.
So the deputy part, there should be a signed document when you
Yeah, I just don't
swore
remember what
her
the
into
date is.
office.
Yeah.
I
That
want to
document.
say it was like August or September.
Our road department employees are required to have CDLs. They're required to be out in the elements. They're required of a lot more issues than a courthouse employee. That's strictly my opinion.
Yeah, and you can have that opinion. I have a different opinion.
Yeah, me too.
Not saying they don't deserve it. It's not what I'm saying.
They still
But I
have
think
to get required hours of training. They still have to follow statutes and everything just like us.
And she
So-
has to take over my job if something happens to me.
Right.
How many years has Ashley been here? Three? Four? Three? So you have employees that haven't been here near as long as Ashley, and now they're making all the same.
We're trying to
How
get
fair is
scales
that?
similar to what the road department has, right? But it's hard with our limited budget.
Right.
So that's why this was done with the current budget to fit within that. And then our hope was to try to work on it after that, or maybe the new administration.
But
will
now
do it
that,
after
then you gave that, some of them were a $2.10 increase per hour raise. Is the budget going to withstand that?
Not with the 3%.
The 3% is what we do across the board. What I'm saying is that raise that you gave, that some were $2.10 an hour, should have came through this board. Because we do the budget and we need to make sure that we're in budget guidelines.
Yeah, and I did check the budget for what you approved. It is in that.
But you didn't come through the board.
I didn't know I had to. If I understand it correctly, I do have to for a deputy, but I don't have to for an employee, because she is my employee. So
She's
in the
your
case that,
deputy now, then.
yes, I'm aware. Finish. I didn't know that.
Anyway.
But going
it
forward,
is what
if I
it
do
is.
give an increase for a deputy.
You have to give the 3% raise retroactive back to January 1st, because that was our motion. And that was our vote. And it should have been done. Any further discussion on it?
So you have to have the board's approval to make her a deputy. We had to approve that.
No,
No, for the pay.
Why are we worrying about what she approved for a wage? I don't understand.
because
I
it's
have to ask
statute
for
that
approval
this
for
board
pay.
sets the wages for officials and deputies. Officials every 3
Okay,
years
so-
on the general
so
election
deputies,
year, and
so-
deputies when we see fit.
Even though we don't have to approve the hiring or the promotion to deputy,
Right, I
we still
believe
have to
that's,
do the salary.
and I believe that's because this board's liable if that deputy does not make 65% of the official's salary. We have to
Right.
be sure that that bridge is crossed.
Okay,
I guess I
Maybe so.
interpreted that statute, I know of that statute, but I interpreted it as when you guys said it at budget time, and then we set the hourly is how I understood it.
Nope, it's pretty plain.
we only have one lawyer. What's he say?
No statute is plain.
No. Well, the statute says the salaries of all deputies in the offices of the elected officers and appointed veterans, service officers of the county shall be fixed by the county board at such time as necessity may require. There is a case law that says that the clerk of the county court is not a deputy within the meaning of the section. So I think there's probably some gray area. I've not looked at everything as to what who was a deputy when, or who was an employee versus a deputy at the time that went through. So I don't really want to comment there, other than I think if you're looking at, regardless, if you're looking at county employee wages, you need to look at everyone's wages when you do that and deal with them all at the same time so that you don't have this kind of situation arise in the future.
What's the unstick of this? How do we get it unstuck?
Well,
Because we did the 3% across the board. So,
I think that's the motion. I think Robin's correct in that 3% has to apply. And in the future, I guess things get taken care of differently in that we're not, if the road department's on a scale, if that scale is being reviewed, then you need to review your other employees who are not subject to the scale as well, so that it's done contemporaneously.
so the unstick of this is we vote a 3% wage increase today or make it retroactive to,
No, we already did that.
we've already done
We've
that.
already done that. It
needs
just
to
didn't
be-
happen.
It just needs to be implemented.
correct.
Right.
It
Okay,
needs to be applied. Correct.
so we apply it.
So for the future, when we do our employee evaluations, because I can't speak for the road department, but for the courthouse, we do employee evaluations for our employees, and that's when you potentially give them a raise. So would this be better to do at budget time, and then we propose that to you guys in the budget, and then you guys tell us if our employee is good for that raise?
It would be best if when you go to enforce the raise, come to us and get our approval and we say, yes, we're okay with that raise. That's how you do that.
I work with my employee on a day-to-day basis.
It's
It's
statute.
frustrating, yes, but if she wasn't a deputy, then it's not. Then it's just up to that bottom.
I don't know. And I think maybe it's a question for somebody who's maybe a little better versed or better researched than I am today for this, but the statute talks about a salary. That's different than hourly.
Well, so now we're gonna pick it apart. We can pick
I'm
that
not-
apart, we can pick that apart
I'm
in a
not-
whole bunch of different
I'm not
areas.
trying to pick it apart, Robin. I'm just saying, it's something that maybe
So as it is,
be looked at.
they get a 3% raise retroactive to January 1st.
Right.
And it is what it is. In the future, please come to the board when you want to give your deputies a raise and we approve it.
Only
That's per
deputies.
statute. Only the deputies.
Okay.
No action on that one, Katie. Appoint Banner County Planning Commission, Joe Singleton, Tanner Groves, and Paula Brown for a 2-year term.
Make a motion to appoint Joe Singleton, Tanner Groves, and Paula Brown for a 2-year term to the Banner County Planning Commission.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to appoint Joe Singleton, Tanner Groves, and Paula Brown to the Banner County Planning Commission for a 2-year term. Any further discussion? Roll call vote, please.
Don,
Yes.
Robin,
Yes.
Leif,
Yes.
Appoint grievance committee member Mark Knopf. Someone talked to Mark, right?
I did.
And he was
And
good
it
with
was
it.
fine.
Thank you.
Make a motion to appoint Mark Canal to the grievance, as the grievance committee member for Banner County.
Do we need to say all those names that we were already in there? Probably better.
No, you're just appointing Mark, because everybody else has been appointed, correct?
Second.
No, we tabled it, same as we did the grievance
I thought
committee.
the others had
Who's our grievance committee? I'm on there, Mark's on there.
Bismarck, Caleb Scott,
you have one vacancy.
yeah,
This,
and that's,
we have one vacancy.
it's the lay member that the elected officials.
He's the committee.
Mark Kavorik
So they're,
and Mark Knob. So we have myself, Mark Kavorik, Mark Knob, Caleb Scott.
that's 4, right?
Is that it?
Yeah,
Okay.
no, and then
Then we still need one lay member.
yes, so Caleb Scott, I believe, is the employees selection. So now we need one lay member for the elected officials that we pick, because you
All
guys
right,
pick.
but we're gonna appoint this committee. I know, well, without that.
We're talking to people, that's just what I was trying to get at. We're trying to find somebody, so hopefully in the next coming meetings we'll.
I got all that, but we're gonna appoint the committee as it is today.
I know, I was just adding that. Hey, I'm working on it.
All right, entertain a motion.
It has been moved and seconded.
Just like you said.
I didn't even hear the motion.
He made it.
For the grievance committee?
Yeah. But I can withdraw it and make a new one.
No, if you made it, I missed it, but I got it on my recording, so I'll get it later. And you seconded
I
it?
second.
Roll call vote.
Don,
Yes.
Robin,
Yes.
Leif,
Yes.
Item 12, claims.
Move to approve claims.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the claims as presented. Any further discussion? Roll call vote, please.
Don,
Yes.
Robin,
Yes.
Leif,
I have 2 cents in this.
Leif,
Yeah, yes, I'm sorry.
Are you both good to adjourn?
I have.
Meeting adjourned 10:46.
Come back, clock says 56.
I don't know, I'm going off my cell phone.
That's weird.
Oh, I lied. Meeting adjourned 10:56.
Since it's on the
Thank you,
computer, I
Don.
would not
Yeah.
think it would be wrong, but it could be.
Thanks for that, Kat. Sorry if it was the minutes.
there's,
Okay.
She was on. And then there's the minutes and then this one.
Okay.
Seriously. Just call me.
No bother.
I think these are mine on here.
Everybody need the initial or just the chair?
I'm not sure. I.
So you had it?
Just one.
Yes, I did.
Okay.
So if we have to
I
do
have 2
these
cents.
ordinances this way, doesn't that moratorium resolution has to be published so many times in the newspaper as well? Same
Say
way?
that again?
This moratorium resolution, doesn't that have to be done the same way as these ordinances? Like it has to be published in the newspaper?
If you call it.
Resolution. That, there's a different process. So, that's being, it gets, so you publish the notice, do the notice of public hearing, which that's being taken care of.
For the planning.
They have their public hearing, they then, after, do the close
They
the
don't
public
have to
hearing.
publish that. resolution because it's a resolution, not an ordinance.
Yeah.
Right. So
I'm not saying it'll be out there, and what we can start acting over.
So that then, they make a recommendation to this, and then this board will have it. And then it becomes effective after this board acts on that.
Where
Public hearing.
suggest that.
And then it gets published. Moratorium gets published.
For certain rules.
Then it becomes effective.
All right,
Becomes effective upon publication.
I just want to be sure that we're not missing anything on that.
No, we're good.
Mark, did you ever check